Let's unlock April 20th. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brilliant adventure through time. Have you ever thought about how every single day on the calendar is like a secret treasure chest, just waiting to be opened? It's true. Today is September 8th, 2025, but we are going to use our amazing imaginations to travel back to a different day entirely. Let's spin our history globes and point our fingers to April 20th. This day might seem like any other, but it's packed full of incredible stories, surprising secrets, and amazing people who did extraordinary things. So, grab your explorer's hat and your magnifying glass, because we are about to become history detectives and uncover the hidden wonders of April 20th. Are you ready to dig for some fascinating facts? Just think, while you might be waking up, eating your breakfast, or heading to school, hundreds of years ago on this very same day, something totally amazing could have been happening somewhere else in the world. Perhaps a brave explorer was discovering a new land, or a clever inventor was showing off a brand new machine for the very first time. Every date holds these whispers from the past, and it's so exciting to listen closely and find out what they have to say. Let's get ready to jump into our time machine and see what secrets April 20th has been keeping from us all this time. Our mission today is to travel across the globe and through the centuries, all without leaving our chairs. We'll zoom over to beautiful France, then fly across the ocean to America, and finally, gaze up at the stars. Each stop will reveal a different piece of the April 20th puzzle. You'll find out about a king with a love for sweet treats, a clever idea that changed how we talk to each other, and a giant eye that helped us see deep into space. These aren't just old, dusty tales. They are vibrant stories that show us how the world we live in today was shaped by what happened long, long ago. So let's begin our grand journey. Our first stop will take us back to a time of grand castles, kings, and a rather delicious new treat that was about to make a big splash. It's a story about how something we all love to eat today got its big break, thanks to a very important person. The past is full of surprises, and you never know what yummy details you might discover when you start looking. Let's wiggle our fingers, count down from 3, and get ready to travel back in time to our very first hidden history of April 20th. 3, 2, 1, whoosh! Here we go. Our first stop is in France, way back in the year 1657. Imagine a grand palace with sparkling chandeliers and people in fancy clothes. The King of France at the time was a young man named Louis XIV, who was known for loving all things grand and fancy. On April 20th, something truly scrumptious happened. The king gave his official permission for a shop to open in Paris that sold a brand new exciting treat from a faraway land. Can you guess what it was? It was chocolate. At the time, chocolate was a rare and special drink made from cocoa beans, and only very wealthy people had ever tasted its rich, wonderful flavor before. This wasn't like the chocolate bars we eat today. Back then, it was a warm, frothy, and sometimes bitter drink that people thought was very good for you. The king's decision was a huge deal. By allowing a special chocolate shop to open, he was telling everyone that this was a fashionable and important drink. Suddenly, all the lords and ladies in Paris wanted to try it. They would meet in beautiful chocolate houses to sip the drink from tiny, delicate cups and chat about the latest news. This one special day, April 20th, helped turn chocolate from a mysterious secret into the talk of the town in one of the world's most glamorous cities. Why was this so important? Well, it was one of the very first steps that helped chocolate become the treat we all know and adore today. Before King Louis XIV gave it his royal thumbs up, chocolate was mostly just something explorers and doctors knew about. After this day, it became a symbol of luxury and fun. This royal approval helped spread the love for chocolate all across France, and then to the rest of Europe. It sparked a chocolate craze that led people to experiment with new recipes, eventually leading to the solid chocolate bars and yummy cakes we enjoy now. It all started with a king's sweet tooth. So, the next time you bite into a piece of delicious chocolate, you can think back to April 20th, 1657. You can imagine King Louis XIV and all his friends in their powdered wigs, sipping their fancy new drink and feeling very stylish. It just goes to show that even something as simple as a royal permission slip can change the world of food forever. It's a sweet piece of history that shows how one day can start a trend that lasts for hundreds and hundreds of years, making the world a much more delicious place for everyone. Now let's get back in our time machine for our next stop. Whoosh! Let's fast forward in time to the year 1836 and fly over to the United States. Our next story is about how the world started to feel a little bit smaller, all thanks to a very clever idea. On April 20th, 1836, an important step was taken to create a brand new part of the American government, the Wisconsin Territory. Now, that might not sound super exciting at first, but it was part of a bigger plan to help people connect with each other across a huge and growing country. As new places like Wisconsin were settled, people needed a way to stay in touch with their families and friends who lived far, far away. Around this same time, the United States was working hard to improve its postal service. Imagine trying to send a letter across hundreds of miles of bumpy roads, thick forests, and wide rivers. It was slow and very difficult. The creation of new territories like Wisconsin was a big reason why the government knew it needed a better, faster, and more reliable way to deliver mail. This pushed people to invent new things, like faster mail coaches and eventually the railway mail service. The decision on April 20th was a little push that helped a big idea, connecting a whole country with mail, move forward. So how did this change things? It was incredibly important. A good postal service meant that news could travel faster than ever before. It meant a person who moved to a new frontier town in Wisconsin could write a letter to their grandmother in New York and get a reply in weeks instead of months. It helped businesses grow, allowed newspapers to share stories from all over the country, and made people feel less alone. It was like building invisible threads that tied the whole country together, making it feel more like one big community, even though people were spread so far apart. This piece of history on April 20th reminds us how important it is to be connected. Today, we can send a message to the other side of the world in a single second with our phones and computers. But that incredible technology all started with a simpler dream. The dream of sending a letter and knowing it would reach its destination. The work done in the 1830s to organize new places and improve the mail service laid the groundwork for the amazing ways we communicate today. It proves that even a government decision can be part of a much bigger, more exciting story about bringing people closer together. For our final adventure, let's blast off into the world of science and space. We are traveling to the year 1990, a time that might feel a little closer to our own. On April 20th of that year, something truly out of this world was happening. Scientists and engineers were making the final checks on a very special space explorer. This explorer wasn't a person, but a machine, the Hubble Space Telescope. After many years of planning and building, it was finally ready to be loaded onto the Space Shuttle Discovery, getting set for its big launch into orbit high above the Earth. This was a day filled with excitement and anticipation. The Hubble Space Telescope isn't just any old telescope you might have at home. It's as big as a school bus. And by being in space, it can see the stars and galaxies without any clouds or city lights getting in the way. Its mission was to take the clearest pictures of our universe that had ever been seen. On April 20th, the team gave it the final all clear, making sure every one of its mirrors, cameras, and computers was working perfectly for its journey. It was the last big step before Hubble would leave our planet and begin its incredible mission to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. Why is this so important? The Hubble Space Telescope completely changed how we see the universe. It has shown us pictures of beautiful swirling galaxies that are millions of light years away. It helped us discover new planets orbiting other stars. And it even took baby pictures of stars being born inside colorful clouds of dust and gas. The images it has sent back to Earth are not only important for science, but they are also breathtakingly beautiful. It's like having a giant window looking out into the deepest, most mysterious parts of space. And it all became possible because of the careful work done on days like April 20th. So every day holds its own special magic, its own hidden stories just waiting for a curious explorer like you to find them. From a king's love of chocolate, to the dream of connecting a country with mail, to launching a giant eye into space, April 20th is full of amazing tales. And the best part is, so is every other day of the year. I wonder what happened on your birthday hundreds of years ago, or what amazing event took place on this very day. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and you'll find that history is the most exciting adventure of all.